Hey guys, welcome back to the J2O channel, and this is your Chelsea News Daily video, even though it's not quite daily, is it? But we're here to provide you with a Chelsea News video. Again, sorry for the lighting, if it's good enough, it's not, I can't do anything about it, it is what it is. As long as you can see me talk the talk about news, then we all should be happy, right? Okay, cool. We're here to talk about quite a bit today. The fact that Ligt is looking like he is Tuchel's #1 choice target for centre back, to the point where the likes of him, Kimpembe, even Ake are ahead of Kunde in terms of who we want at centre back. It looks like Thomas Tuchel is really going to get back this summer, with Matt Law saying, there's going to be 6 summer signings with a £200 million budget as well on top of that. So that's good to see. And yeah, there'll be other bits and pieces that we will talk about throughout the whole of today's video. Tuchel's positive talks with Sterling as well, the Declan Rice approach as well, talk about that as well, and see what's going on. So yeah, let's get on with it. The first thing I want to talk about, obviously, Thomas Tuchel, the 6 summer signings that apparently Matt Law said that we will get this summer, alongside having a budget of around £200 million, which is really, really good. It shows that Todd Bowley is really backing Tuchel here. And as time goes on, and with certain links I'm seeing regarding players, I'm starting to really see why Marina's left. I can really start to understand why Todd Bowley was like, yo, you gotta go. Do you know what I mean? And we'll talk about that later. But in terms of the 6 signings, I think if you was to guess in what position, I'm guessing 2 attackers would be something we'd consider, considering Lukaku's gone. One of Werner, Pulisic, and Ziyech could potentially go as well if suitable offers come in for them. So you're looking at 2 attackers at the very least. Wing back, I think one wing back will be got this summer as well. But I think that depends on who leaves first. I think if Emerson leaves alongside Marcus Alonso, I think he'll be a left wing back to provide cover for Chilwell. Or it could be the case of Emerson stays, B's the backup for Ben Chilwell. That case, okay, we go get ourselves a Jonathan Klaus for that right wing back spot. Do you know what I mean? So that's also a good shout. It doesn't matter which wing back it is, as long as we get cover. I'd like it if we got one who could cover both sides, like a Serginho Dest. He can cover both sides, or like a Hakimi who can cover both sides. Not saying we're going to get these guys, but that's the type of player profile of wing backs that I do want. Somebody that can cover both sides. It looks like 2 centre backs will definitely be gotten as well. I think that's a huge priority. If I'm going to be honest with you, we lost Rudiger, we lost Christensen, we could lose Azpilicueta. So regardless, we do need 2 centre backs that not only can come into the 11 now, but also be future replacements of Thiago Silva. And that's why I'm going to come to the Ligt later on in the video. So yeah, that's also a priority. And I'm guessing a goalkeeper. No, goalkeeper. What's wrong with me? A DM will be got this summer. But I think a DM and a midfielder just in general, I think that'll be one of the last things we do in the window. I think we'll get in our 2 attackers, we'll get in our 2 defenders as well, and we'll get in our wing back as well. Because in midfield, a senior source did quote something saying they want to look strong in defense. We want to have a good defense. Midfield, didn't say it was the biggest priority. Realizes we do need a DM, but we are covered in terms of depth. We are covered in that position. Like we've got Mateo Kovacic, N'Golo Kante, Jorginho. We've got Billy Gilmore. We've got Ampadu who can play that. We've got Ruben Loftus-Cheek as well. Bakayoko from loan as well. There's so many midfielders that we have. It's just the lack of the profile isn't what we need within these midfielders, at least most of them, and the quality as well is not good enough from some of these guys. So yeah, it does look like, I think for Declan Rice, which I'll talk about later, he'll be one of the last guys we'll try to go for, in my opinion, in this window, because he could be one of the most expensive ones. And he's lesser. It's weird because I do think midfield is a very big priority of ours. We've got to understand the financial situation and the current squad we do have. Do you get what I'm saying? Which is why I think a centre back is more important right now. Which is why I think an attack is more important right now. So yeah, Thomas Tuchel will get back £200 million. It could get increased from player sales as well. So in order to get our attackers would have to leave. Okay, not as much for centre back, but for attack definitely. We can't add Ousmane Dembele or Sterling or Rafinha or Richarlison in if we're gonna keep Pulisic, Werner, Hudson-Odoi, Ziyech, all these guys. Some of them have to go in order for them to come in. And I think it's the sort of same with midfield, hence why 1 DM. I think Honestly, I'll talk about him later, but unless we sell one of Kante and Jorginho, it's very difficult to me to see us spending a lot of money on a midfielder. I can't lie to you guys, which is why I'll say my thoughts on Declan Rice later. I'll save it for all that, but I think it's kind of looking peak. Unless one of those two go, I think it's kind of looking peak. If any Chelsea fans do want Declan Rice this summer, which I do, by the way, it's just hype. Anyway, let's talk about now Ligt. Now I want to talk about Ligt and sort of and Kunde together. Now, the first one I want to talk about is Kunde, real quick, and this will obviously link with Ligt. Now, Nathan Gissing, obviously the guy who owns CFC News page on Instagram, do go check it out. It's a really good page. Has come out and reported that Kunde was more of a club target, not a Tuchel target, pretty much. With apparently Tuchel saying he actually prefers to have the likes of De Ligt and Kimpembe in his squad, or they're more priority targets for that centre back role over Kunde. And that I do find that interesting because it's like we've been chasing this guy for like over a year, and this is why I said earlier it's all starting to make sense as to why Marina's now really gone. When you look at it from the Lukaku situation, she wanted to give Lukaku another season. Tuchel, nope. Lukaku didn't want that either. And now you're looking at it from this point of view, it doesn't look like Tuchel was really ever pushing for Kunde. And it's even starting to make more sense now as to why we haven't even put in a bid yet. As to why we're not willing to pay the release clause, or as to why we're not willing yet to even pay 65, 70 million euros for Kunde. Because is Tuchel really a big fan of him? Is Tuchel gearing up to get him? Does he really want him? Do you get what I'm saying? And it looks like Marina's just been the one who was trying to push this deal because obviously she has a good relationship with Kunde's agents and etc. etc. Hence why the personal terms are easily agreed. Kunde wants to move to Chelsea, wants to move to the Premier League, wants to give the league a very good try. But it looks like Tuchel prefers the Ligt. Now the Ligt and Kimpembe and Ake. I'm not going to talk about Kimpembe and Ake as much. When it comes to Ake, hell no, no thank you. We had a chance to buy him back in 2019 after Bournemouth got relegated. There was a 40 million buyback and we said no at the time. So I don't see why we should say yes when he's 2 years older and for me is a significant downgrade on Antonio Rudiger in my opinion. Just look at the stature, look at the just no. Kimpembe, if it was to come down to Kimpembe and Ake, I'd definitely take Kimpembe, even though personally not a fan of Kimpembe either, so forget him. And even when it comes to Jules Koundé, just very quickly on him, like he's not a player that I particularly rate to like high levels. Not to the point where people are saying in a few years' time he could become one of the best centre backs in the world. I don't think Koundé is world class. Obviously, I don't think people think that either, but I don't think he's very good either. I've always just thought Koundé is good. He's good. He's solid. He can do a job. There's nothing really special about him. If I'm gonna be completely honest with you, I'm not saying this now because of bitterness, or I'm saying this now because there's a chance we might not get him. I've had this thought on him for a very long time. I've only just gone with the go get him because I just thought Tuchel really wants him, and we've literally been chasing him for over a year now with negotiations and stuff like that, and all the speculation. The same thing just being said again and again and again. So I thought, okay, just go get him then. If that's what Tuchel wants, go get him. But it looks like Tuchel's not the biggest fan of Jules Koundé. He may like him, but maybe he just prefers De Ligt. Now, De Ligt, we're seeing reports of 70, 80 million. I'm seeing tweets saying a reliable source told them that De Ligt could happen in a matter of weeks. I'm seeing sources saying De Ligt is open to move to Chelsea and the Premier League. I'm hearing that Tuchel is De Ligt is Tuchel's #1 choice target for that centre back role. And I'm not gonna lie, I'd take De Ligt 100%. When he moved to Juve, I thought it was a very good move at the time because I thought it's Italy. You know, if you want to learn the art of defending, for me, that's the #1 country you go to, Italy. But he's gone there, and it's been a weird one because it's like I think he's done well at times. Like a lot of the time I've watched him, he's done very well. But then I just feel like it hasn't worked overall because maybe they haven't played to his strengths. And on top of that, I've heard that De Ligt is not happy with the way Juve have been moving the past couple of years in terms of competing at the high level. You know, since he's been there, he's only won 1 Scudetto. and I can understand why he's upset, because Juve have finished back-to-back fourth places as well in Serie A in recent times. He's somebody who's ambitious. He's somebody that wants to compete. He moved to Juventus to help them compete for the Champions League, to keep dominating Serie A. But it looks like Inter are a better team than them. It looks like AC Milan are a better team than them. And those two are only getting stronger as time goes by. Obviously they just signed Pogba Juventus, so that helps them a lot. Let's see if they get other players in. But De Ligt's looking like he is open to a move to Chelsea and would like to leave Juventus, apparently. So personally, I would take De Ligt. I think he's a top centre back that has the potential to be one of the best in the world. 100%. I just think he's staled a bit at Juve. It feels like he hasn't gone to that next level, if you know what I mean. Like at Ajax, he was gradually just going up levels. And I feel like the second he went to Juventus, it just stopped for some reason. I'm not quite sure what it is, but I think at Chelsea, under Thomas Tuchel, that left centre-back role, considering his age, his leadership, his qualities, his stature, just his presence in general, I think he'd be a very good signing. He speaks good English as well. So in terms of the language, I think he'd fit in right away. And I think it'd be a really, really good signing for 70 million. I think if we go over 70, I think that's a bit too much. I'm willing to go for, if we go more than 75, I think we're moving a bit crazy, in my opinion. But if we can get anything for 60, 70, 75 million, I think that would be a very, very good signing. I'd rather spend, if I'm going to spend 60 million plus on a centre-back, it's going to be De Ligt, not Koundé. Let's just put it like that. So I think De Ligt makes a lot of sense. He's very, very good on the ball. He's physical. He's got that stature. He's got that presence. And for me, like, he was one of the only centre-back targets I was always willing to be like, yes. Him and Koulibaly, in terms of replacing Rudiger, those two were the ones for me where I was like, yeah, 100% go get them. Not Ake. Kimpembe. Oh, guys, come on. Behave yourselves, man. So, yeah, that's really it on that. Tell me your thoughts on De Ligt. Would you take him? Would you not? I'm seeing people saying De Ligt doesn't move me. De Ligt doesn't. I don't really rate De Ligt. They think he's stalled a bit. They think he can't really get to that next level. I'm seeing people even draw him out for mistakes he's made in the past, especially in the game against Chelsea. I saw someone draw him out for that and stuff like that. And I don't get the De Ligt slander, but I can get the frustration of, because a lot of people who are criticizing De Ligt are mainly doing it because of Gehi, because of Tomori, the way we let these guys go. I'm not really on much as Gehi because I feel like he still has levels to go. But Tomori, I can understand. And one thing I've heard in Italy about De Ligt is, bro, these guys have claimed that Tomori is even better than De Ligt. And it's like, whoa, Tomori better than De Ligt? Like, is this what they're saying in Italy? Like, whoa, like, is this what's going on in that country? It's kind of crazy. Is that how... Has De Ligt fallen that badly? Or I'm not quite sure, because I'm gonna be honest, I haven't watched much of Juve. And like I said, every time I've watched Juve, De Ligt has looked good. But I've not watched Juve religiously over the past 3 years that he's been there. So I can't really have a full concrete opinion on De Ligt like that. But just based on the little things I've seen, I think he'd be a really, really good signing that can go on to the next level. So yeah, tell me your thoughts on that. And last one quickly, Declan Rice and Raheem Sterling. Obviously, Raheem Sterling's had talks with Tuchel. Apparently, they've been positive, and it looks like Raheem Sterling is our number one target for that attacking position. So yeah, it is what it is. At this rate, like I said in past videos, I wouldn't take him. But for me, out of all the attacking options we've been genuinely linked to, he is my second choice to go get. Ousmane Dembele is my first, then it's Sterling. And then you're looking at Rafinha and Richarlison and all these other dons as well. So yeah, I've even seen something on Richarlison where, like, oh, we've made an offer for him plus a loan, plus like a swap deal sort of thing. So we get Richarlison and we give them a player, but that player goes on loan. So apparently we've offered something like that. If that was true, I'd guess that the player would send out on loan to Everton in this swap deal would be Gilmour, 100%. Either Gilmour or Broha, probably, in my opinion. So we'll see what happens in terms of Richarlison. He is mid. If you know my thoughts on Richarlison, then yeah, I'm just gonna skip past that. And obviously, the likes of Reece James has been not offered a new contract, but like, there's been talks with him and Todd Bowley, and Reece James realizes how undervalued he is in terms of how much he gets paid. So yeah, there's been talks, I think this week, between Todd Bowley and Reece James to sign a new contract. So hopefully that gets wrapped up very, very soon. And the last thing, Declan Rice. It looks like we have made an approach to West Ham. Apparently, even a bid has been made. I'm not sure if that's true or not, but I do know that an approach has been made for Ligt, and West Ham have straight up said, nope, he's not for sale. So they pretty much rejected our first sort of maybe offer that we've made, or sort of talks that we've said to them, or whatever it is. I'm not quite sure, but yeah, at the end of the day, we'll see what happens with that signing. If I'm going to be honest, when it comes to Declan Rice, real quick on my last opinion, I don't know if we'll get him. Put it like this, right? We have 200 million to spend, right? And that could increase if sales happen. When you actually deep it, okay, what if we spend 70 million on the Ligt, and then we spend about 50 on Kunde, let's say, and then we get Jonathan Claus for 10 million, and then we get Sterling for like 40 million, or we get Richarlison for 30 million, you know? At this point, that's nearly 200 million already. Now, like I said, unless Jorginho goes for like 50 or Kante goes for like 60, I don't see how Declan Rice comes to Chelsea, in my opinion. Especially if we're going to spend loads of money on the centre-backs. We're going to spend over 100 million on centre-backs. And we're going to spend nearly 100 million, I'm guessing, on attackers as well. So where's Declan Rice fitting in this? Regardless of even player sales. Like I said, unless Jorginho and Kante go for big bucks, I don't see us getting Declan Rice. That's just my opinion. I can see us negotiating. I can see us putting a few bids in. But really? And this is why I said earlier, I think midfield will be one of the last places we will prioritise, because we want to get the centre-backs first. We want to get the attack and improve that as well. We want to get the wing-back as well. So we'll see what happens. Tell me your thoughts on all the news I've had on today. And I've told you guys my thoughts and feelings on, or your thoughts and feelings on Tuchel and the 6 summer signings with a £200 million budget. De Ligt being preferred to Kunde, like Kimpembe getting preferred to Kunde as well, with Marina, being pretty much Kunde was Marina's first target, and Kunde was more of a club target more than a Tuchel target. So it's looking like that's a situation there. The Declan Rice approach, the Raheem Sterling talks, the Reece James contract talks as well, and everything else that I've talked about today. Tell me your thoughts down below, and yeah, like, comment, subscribe, turn this post notifications, follow my social media down below, and yeah, I'll see you guys whenever I see you guys. Love, peace, guidance, take care of yourselves, eat healthy, enjoy life, and yeah, goodbye.